just looking around right now, the garden looks like it has a lot of potential, especially for spring color. This is what happens when I stored stuff in the garage. My family just dumped all the toys and ignore the mess overall, but oh my god, I hope nothing is damaged. Okay, they're looking good. Holy fuck. Excuse me, I just got cut. Look at this. I just got cut. Anyways, look at these gorgeous tulips. I'm gonna move these guys outside now. And I have some other more tulips planted here. And then I have more that are covered with these trash, but let's move these guys outside. I just pulled all of these containers from the garage, and I was worried that all winter, because I think this is the first time I have ever planted tulips in a container over winter, and last fall I should say. And I will link the videos of how I planted these containers in the description. These large containers are, I think, 3 layers of tulips that are planted in here, and then these are, I think, 2 to 1 layered tulips. I have a lot more appreciation and excitement, I should say, in how these will bloom. I have a ton of more blooms coming out of the ground, hopefully. I have a couple, these are like my first, I don't know if you can see from there, oops, excuse me, over there. I have, these are Eden Brothers tulips, and these were like 3 years ago now, and they are the first tulips I have ever planted. And then I got hooked, and I have at least over, I don't know, over 100, over 400 of these tulips, more of them planted here in this raised, in this bed. I think this is like their second year that they're gonna hopefully bloom. And these are the triathlon blend from Color Blend. And this is like the side, the right side of the driveway. And then I am super psyched because this is a new flower bed that I created late last summer, last fall maybe, and I have decked out this bed like insane amount of tulips, and I'm hopeful that they will bloom like crazy because I don't even know I planted some of these outside of the bed. I'm gonna have blooms outside of the shape of the flower bed, and hopefully after they bloom I'll just remove them and then transplant them in this bed right here. But the variety of colors I have over here are gonna be insane. And this tree here is a maple tree, one of my favorite trees, and my least favorite is a pine tree that I don't know if I want to remove or not, but I likely will like to remove it. And that is a silver maple, I believe, that has to go this year. So over here I have planted over, I want to say over 2,000 tulips just in this bed, all the way to the fence. and that first raised bed. And my hope is that this becomes primarily, at least the front yard for me. I don't want to grow any food. I have a ton of space in the backyard that I want to grow food. But the amount of tulips and the amount of spring and summer colors that I hope to see in this garden is going to be extensive this year. Fingers crossed I don't kill any plants. But just looking around right now, the garden looks like it has a lot of potential, especially for spring color. And I cannot wait to show you guys. So I just wanted to quickly show you a glimpse of, you know, what is to come, and the amount of work I put in here is going to be so worth it. Something I neglected to do, and maybe hopefully it's not too late, is to prune the hydrangea hedge that I'm trying to create here. And I have way too many tulips that I planted right underneath them, and I think I'm gonna have to wait until I see signs of where all the tulips are coming out so that I do not step on any as I go in to prune the hydrangeas. And I have a ton of hydrangeas around here, and I don't know if you'll note, I think something you'll notice in my garden is hydrangeas are like one of my favorite plants ever, because they have summer and, you know, winter interests. Ooh, and I have a ton of tulips in this bed. I don't know if you can see. I don't know what color these are going to be. And these are blackberries right here. I have 3 blackberries planted in this bed. This is the tree that I mentioned I want to remove. It's the silverberry. I hate the helicopter seeds that fall and just cover the deck and make this whole place icky. But it has a beautiful fall yellow color. So this is the backyard. I have a huge line of hydrangea along that fence and a couple more this side here. I will likely remove these old containers, which are cupboards that we used to use, and then I'm going to possibly start planting fruit trees in the next couple weeks, hopefully. And this is my small start of, you know, a vegetable garden. And I'm gonna build a fence along that property line in the next 2 weekends. And this is the first hydrangea I have ever gotten on my property, and that was like 3 years ago. It's the most epic looking plant ever. And then I planted a few scatters of more tulips around here. I have, what are these called? What are they called? These are proven winners. Summerific. Perfect Storm. So I have a mixture of hydrangeas, summerific, hydrangea, summerific. I kind of like the mixture of colors. I have a couple hydrangea trees that I, you know, likely will relocate as I'm building that fence along this line. And this is what she wrote. I might put in a greenhouse over on this side or over on that side. I'll show you when I'm talking about the greenhouse later. This was my attempt to overwinter some of the plants, and actually I thought I killed them all, but I'm seeing signs of, these are lilies. Holy crap. These are some lilies. They're, oh my God, they're so alive. Holy moly. I swear to God, I thought I had killed them all, but apparently I need to cut these guys back. Oh, okay. I was watering them all throughout the winter in the garage. I didn't know that these guys are gonna be removed and that new growth is gonna come out in the spring. So I had my fingers crossed the whole winter. So this is freaking awesome. I do not have to worry about throwing them away.